Hey everyone, this is just a quick video highlighting our new dashboard. Just want to speak to some of our key changes and quickly go over some of our new exciting features. So I will just jump in to show the changes that have now been made. So introducing our side panel. This is basically designed so you don't need to go and click through any of the tabs, and then you're able to compare things easily and jump on to anything that you need to action. As a good to know, with the side panel, it is completely collapsible. So if we just go here, I might be in the way, I think I am, but we can go and we can collapse it here, and then you can bring it back. We've now got our aspects just up the top, so you can filter through like easily and just have a look and see what's going on. And we've got a beautiful display of our monitoring points, whereas we used to have the device tile cards and you'd have to click through and sort of figure out what was what. So just here, for example, we can see that the ARU UTS has noise only, and we can see like a vibration here, a multi here, so we've got your dust noise only. We can see that it has had 25 bits of media here, 22 here, 42. You can go and also compare and sort of see what was going on, say like the day before. So we can see we've got one explained event here, and then we've got two unexplained events, green being explained, red being unexplained. But we'll go back to today, which is Tuesday. So you can go in, you can click, let's say we'll go to noise. And what you're immediately going to see two exciting things. We've got our quick little mini graphs. This is always going to display, so the one at the top is always going to be the one that has the highest reading, whether it be dB or your PM, and then like with vibration, it will be your VSUM. We'll go back to noise because there is another cool little neat feature that we didn't have previously. And what we can do is we can go and click average. So we can see that the top one's sitting at 69, bottom two, 61. We can go to max, so the max being at 74, and then we can also then go to latest. And then on the map just here, what we're getting is the sort of main like direction of arrival, as well as your LAEQ average. So we can see like 59, 60, 56. And if we want a little more granular breakdown, the dash is completely clickable. So you can click here, and bam. And what we can see here, we can see that the NRL building, the noise sources predominantly come from northeast. We also then have our little mini dust graph, so we can also click that as well. And then you get more of a breakdown, but I'll just click out of that again, just because I want to also speak to the new sort of enhancement of the audio classifier. So what we can see here, anything sort of works related is going to be highlighted as orange, and anything that is perceived to be not work related, so this is a good example, will be blue. So we can see weather, wind, and you can go and click that and we will hear wind. Very good. And then, for example, here, it's picked up heavy plant operating, and we can click here. Heavy plant operating. Another new feature is basically you can now time brush, and what you're going to see is like you're going to see all like the little bit of media that's been captured. So we see a lot of orange, so it looks like they've had a nice productive day today. And you can go in, you can time brush. So let's say I just want to have a look at this little section here. I'll go here, and it's going to bring up that bit of media. If I was specifically looking at noise as well, it's then going to also show you that time brush there. And what you can get as well, like your main sort of direction of arrival, which is really neat. And then you're going to have your media sources just here. Down here as well, you've got time filters, so you can go by latest. So we can go there, nothing's really happening. And then we can also go to site hours as well. Not too sure why that's not working. It's normally working. Up here as well, so we've got our device list. It's also going to highlight which monitoring point the device is assigned to. This is sort of just to like check in to see how the device is going. So for example, we can see this battery is looking great. Same goes for signal. We can see the other two are connected to mains. You can go in and click here or here, like to manage, just to check in. Let's say one's looking offline. This isn't a good example as this is just one that's not being used at the moment, but we can go and click manage here. You've also got manage here as well. Just really highlighting that everything is super clickable. So if we go here, manage, it's then going to highlight the monitoring point that we're on. It's going to then show you the device that's attached and also show you previous devices that have been attached there too. But on the monitoring point side of things, you can see the device, you can see the rules that have been attached, the media trigger by default 75, but you can go in and change that as well as that setup. So what you're going to be able to do there is edit a monitoring point. But now with all of our new sort of like little updates and features, there's far easier ways to be able to edit a monitoring point as well. So if we go back to devices, you've got your device actions. So this is where you can edit dates and orientation. So for example here, this is where you can like move a device or end your monitoring point rather than going to setup. Just far less clicks. Here as well, add gaps specifically for vibration. So that's like when you're moving the device and you're going to have erroneous data. So we can click out of that. And then here as well, if we just click here, it's going to take you straight to the health of the device. So just like normal, we've got your power, you've got your signal, location history. It has a lot to tell. And then as well as details. So you've got your calibration certificates here. And that is all good to go. The Actions tab is awesome, personally. So what we've done is we've sort of like listened, we've observed, and we've received feedback from you guys. And so we've now built in the Actions tab, which effectively will stop you from having to go through all of the tabs. Instead, it's just one click on the side panel, Actions. So we've got easy setup, which I will talk to in a little bit. But basically, you can now go straight to create a new attended measurement. You're taken straight there, which is fantastic. Close out of that. You can quickly create your PDF reports. So it'll take you straight there. Just remember to filter by your aspect, and by default, it's going to go to a month. But then once again, we made it nice and easy. We've got your quick date pickers, or you can go and select a larger or sort of more unique date range that you need that isn't, say, there. We can close out of that. You can adjust your rules and notifications, and it will take you straight there. Cool. Another little feature update as well. Let's say like here, if we go and edit, you can now pop in rainfall and rainfall forecasts. And you can also then select, rather than open weather map AI, which it does sort of default to, you can then choose your closest bomb stations as well. But anyway, I digress. So we can go here. You can now add a new user, really nice and simple. It will take you straight there. It's as simple as just inviting that user. We'll close that here. And then a nice and easy one where it used to be too many sort of clicks away. You can now download your calibration certificates immediately. So you can download them all just here, just in one click. And we have them right here. Awesome. So the other thing that I haven't just brought up, and we can see that it is just here, is the easy setup. So this will show when a device doesn't have a monitoring point, or say a device isn't attached to a monitoring point. So it will prompt you, and you can either find it, say, here, once again in the Actions tab, or you will have that nice prompt here. So we can just click here, easy setup. Then we find the device that isn't assigned to a monitoring point. This is just because they're not using it currently, but we can go in and sort of go through the process, just so I can show you how nice and easy it is. So you can go here, we can click the device that needs to be assigned to a monitoring point, go assign monitoring point. We can then create a new monitoring point, or you can select a specific monitoring point. For this sake, I'm going to create a new monitoring point, and we'll just call it monitoring point example, and we'll go save, and then we will go next. Now, I set up my device yesterday at 8 a.m, so we'll go and do that. We can change that just because the great thing about this is you can add monitoring points retrospectively. We can then go next. This is really important when we're specifically setting up noise only or our multis, and that is just to ensure that you can get your correct direction of arrival, which we did have a little look up on the map, but I will go in and show you as well, just in case. So if your device was on, you're going to have media. It's going to show you camera 2 view, camera 1 view, and then this is really nice and draggable. So we'll just go straight E for east, and we can go complete. And then this here, so we can go either set up rules, which is fantastic. You can either repeat the step, say if you've got multiples that you need to set up, or you can just simply exit. Let's say like you don't have your management plan just yet, or you don't know what rules you want to set up, but I know what rules I want to set up, so I'm going to go set up rule. I can either create a new rule here, or we can select from an existing, and then it's as easy as clicking complete setup. But I'm not going to do that. We'll just close out of that, and then that will remain. Just quickly, just wanting to ensure that I've highlighted as well with the little graphs here. You can then like click, and then here as well, you're going to have the breakdown of your direction of arrival. You can click to get more granular detail, and I think that is it in a nutshell. I'll be showing around my meeting link, and I look forward to going through the software together and hearing about any feedback as well. Thanks so much.